Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'm going to talk about what schizophrenia is all about. As we have earlier emphasized, that schizophrenia is one of the major mental illness in life which consume more of our economy. First of all, before I go into the historical perspective of schizophrenia, let me define what schizophrenia is all about and its subtypes. Schizophrenia can be defined as a group of mental illness that is characterized by disorder of thought, feeling, emotion, volition, and deterioration of personality, which can go into chronicity. It can also be defined as a functional mental illness or functional mental disorder or a psychotic symptoms that is characterized by an individual losing contact with its reality. So if you have lost contact to reality, then that means you have automatically have a split of mind. So when going into the historical background of what schizophrenia is all about, we can say that schizophrenia is derived from a Greek word schizophrenia, which is what schizo means split, phrenia means mind, that is split of mind. So you can also say that it is a mental illness which is characterized by the split of mind of an individual. So when individual mind is being split, that means the individual will not be able to realize where he is, hence losing contact with the reality. So because the mind is the object that controls the individual's behavior. That means there will also be an abnormality in the behavior of an individual. There will be an abnormality in the thought of an individual. There will be an abnormality in the feeling of an individual. Even the emotional aspect of an individual will also be affected. The personality of an individual will also be dissociated. Hence, the individual will suffer for a chronic illness called schizophrenia. That is about it. Then we have different types of schizophrenia. Like basically, I can outline like six subtypes of schizophrenia. We have what we call a simple schizophrenia, or we call it schizophrenia simplex. We have what we call disorganized schizophrenia, which people call hebephrenic schizophrenia also. We have what we call paranoid schizophrenia. We have a type of schizophrenia that is called catatonic schizophrenia. We have a type of schizophrenia that is called residual schizophrenia. So in all these types of schizophrenia, we have different manifestations, we have different symptoms. Some of them behave alike, and some of them have different manifestations. That is all about what schizophrenia in a brief context is all about. But let me go straight to talk brief about the historical perspective of schizophrenia. The historical perspective of schizophrenia is started as at 1896 when Emile Kripalin differentiated the major psychiatric illness into two clinical subtypes. One we call it dementia precox and manic depressive illness, which is called a psychosis. Under this dementia precox, he brought together the various psychiatric illnesses like paranoid schizophrenia, catatonic schizophrenia, hebephrenic as at then, which is called schizophrenia, disorganized schizophrenia, which were earlier brought to be distinct illness. So he emphasized in the diagnosis of this dementia precox, which was on the early onset of a poor outcome. That means the poor outcome is because of his dementia. Then the early onset of a poor outcome means dementia precox. That is, the dementia is the early outcome. Precox is called early onset is called precox, and dementia is poor outcome. That is why it call it dementia precoce. Then he recognized the characteristic feature of dementia precoce, which is delusion, to be hallucination, to be a disturbance of affect and motor disturbances as well. So you can also define it as a, a mental illness or a group of mental illness that is characterized by the following features: delusion, hallucination, disturbance of affect, and motor disturbances. Then another man that also talk about the few historical perspective of this schizophrenia is called Jim Blotter. Jim Blotter have stated openly in the year 1908, some people say it's 1911, remaining dementia because as schizophrenia, meaning mental splitting. Then recognize that this disorder did not always have a poor prognosis, which has been described by Emike Palin, that he did not say that he recognized that schizophrenia consists of a group of disorder rather than being a distinct entity. So you cannot call schizophrenia one entity, rather you call it a group of entities, so of a mental illness. So that therefore he used the term a group of schizophrenias. So anybody that asks you who use the term group of schizophrenias to tell you what schizophrenia is all about, tell the person that is called Gumblela. The Gumblela describe the characteristic symptoms, which we call fundamental symptoms, which we are taught to be diagnosed of schizophrenia. He also described accessory symptoms of schizophrenia, which is thought to be secondary to fundamental symptoms. Then most of these things are things that we're going to talk one after the other. The first of all, we have the symptoms which is going to come up in my video, my next video, and I'm going to tell you different types of symptoms that is in schizophrenia. Sometimes you hear what Mblola talk about, where he now said we have some accessory symptoms and we still have some fundamental symptoms. And most of these symptoms will also be described in a private video of his. Of course, I'm going to talk about symptoms of schizophrenia in my next video. Thank you, and thank you very much. God bless you as you watch my video. The video will be coming one after the other. Thanks, and God bless you.